Let's head over to Kigali, the capital of Rwanda, where our business editor, John McQuarrie, is standing by to bring us up to speed on events at the continuing Africa CEO Forum. Hello, Ini. It's good to see you looking bright in red. Let's talk about how perhaps there are now indications to turn the alliances that you talked about in your report to tangible agreements. Are there conversations heading in that direction today?
Yes, thank you so much for allowing me to look bright wherever you are, I guess. So, let's talk about integration and cooperation among African governments. Well, it's common knowledge that we can only grow as a continent when everyone cooperates. So you bring your bread, I bring mine, and then we have a good breakfast. And that's what a lot of the conversation here has been about. The theme for this is actually conversation to shape the future of Africa. But I guess, Nicolas, you and I know, on our daily shows, these talks are not new. So it's what happens after this. There are great ideas, everyone has defeated. Both the French-speaking Africans and the English-speaking Africans have admitted that the continent is being exploited, especially when it comes to the natural resources. But can we come together in reality, in implementation, and present a united front to be able to stand against, what might be coming to exploit us? I think that actually is beyond the conversation. What happens next?
So, what are we to expect from coming panels at the CEOs Forum beyond this?
Yeah, well, I did say in that report that since this year, the Africa CEO Forum is really focused on Nigeria. We have a lot of ministers here. So yesterday you saw the Minister of Finance and Government Minister of the Economy. The Minister of Trade and Investments is here. Well, the big ministers are here. So today, it's been a busy day also for President Bola Tinubu, which you will see later in the report I'm working on. It was in a special panel, so it's just been like a debate. And of course, the reforms. It seems the world has its attention on Nigeria's tax reform. It was a major conversation also this morning. And then we had the Minister of ICT, Mr. Sujano, who was also a member of another panel. They were talking about, obviously, innovation, but not just innovation, but scaling innovation on the continent. So those are some of the things you can expect from the reports that will be coming later today to capture the last hours of the Africa CEO Forum of 2026.
And just before we let you go, perhaps we can milk a bit more from the ongoing CEOs Forum. We've seen some of Nigeria's biggest names. We've seen Abdul Samad Rabiu speak at the forum. I believe there are also other big industry giants participating at the forum from Nigeria. Have there been any, beyond their speeches, any policy commitments, policy comments that they're making or partnerships that they're striking? What's the high point of their participation at this forum?
But I don't want you to put me in a tight corner, but politicians are always. We politicians, President Tinubu is in an election period, so everything has to do with politics. I mean, if you listen to the full his participation at the panel yesterday, well, some journalists have said it's like our president's actually failing, and even today there was a direct question asking him, he's seeking a second term, what are his plans, and our president and all of that. So politics is in everything, but I guess what we really want is beyond the words, let us see the action and let us feel the impact as Nigerians in our economy and in our daily welfare.
All right, Ini, we're salivating for more details coming from your next report. Our business editor there, Ini John McQuarrie, reporting from Kigali, bringing us up to speed on the ongoing Africa CEOs Forum. So we'll get back to you, Ini, as soon as there's more to tell.